Like, wait a minute, what time is it? The Wolfpack's got a basketball game coming up, and they're in Pittsburgh. So I hope the whole team made it there, healthy. You can't always make sure. Some come sick and they can't play, but at least they show up for moral support. Our team has a couple of kids that are showing up in the games that they can't even play yet. They just enrolled early, and then they travel with the team just to be part of it. Kind of like the children that you're bringing with you, or your mamas, or your aunts, or your uncles, or cousins. You bring the team into the circle. So building a business, we do it in 90-day runs. So here to, does it have a dates on this?
April 30th.
April 30th? Okay. See the little things? He knows what day it is. 90 days from now, we're going to do the stage for success. If you're brand new in here, if this is your first major event, can I get you to stand up? And you other people clap for the ones that are standing up. First major event. Okay, so what you do is you start where you are, which is this is what we got, and then the goal is to be bigger here. Okay? Y'all tracking? So, can I give a little gentle clap? Y'all like this? This is for the new people, not existing people. New people, can I get a little clap? Good clap. You like it so far? Very real? Well, for all you cousins and you people that are crying about the snow, we're going to have something in the spring. I have pollen allergies. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. I don't even know what to say. Drink some honey that has pollen from the area, and it makes, I don't know. Okay, so your goal is to come to pollen-infested North Carolina in the spring when the flowers are blooming and the little yellow stuff's falling off, getting on your car. Shoot. Okay? So, can my team, when I say play the video, I'm giving you a warning. Can we play that video one more time so y'all can see the difference of what's coming on? The curtain's rising, the crowd is watching, and your future is waiting. This is the stage to success.
We get ready to break the cycle of poverty and ego and negative competition.
Now it's time to go all in for what God has called us to do. I'm charging you. Let's go all in. Here's what I need you to remember. I can change. There is still time, but there's no time to waste.
Change happens when the pain of staying the same is greater than the pain of change.
Pick your tribe and then go all out. There are no limits here.
Why not them? Why not me? Why not now?
Stage to success isn't the end of the show. It's the opening scene of the life you were born to be. Your curtain's rising. So these are the people that we have the challenge with. The first timers. It's getting them to be a second timer. Because they took one shower and they think they're going to be clean the rest of their life. You got one motivation injection and you think that's going to solve it. Nope, you're going to have to take another shower. You're going to have to get another injection. These conventions work if you work on them. And people show up late, people out in the hall. Don't be that guy. Don't be that girl. Don't be that person. Don't be the, and look, everybody thinks their excuse is what? Valid. That makes it a reason. It's like these words are an excuse, but if they're valid, these words are a reason. What I say is any excuse that works for you is valid because it worked. If you had an excuse that it was a failure, you see, if the excuse was a failure, then you show up at the event. But everybody thinks that they got it backwards. They think because it's valid, they don't have to show up. I think I show up, and that makes it invalid. You see, that's a 180 difference. This is from a negativity to a positivity. This is from a you're screwed, you ain't never going to make it, to you just can't lose. I was talking to Kate and Maurice, Kate and and I was like, it's a war of attrition. All you got to do is not quit, and you eventually become the leader. It's the craziest thing you've ever seen. All you gotta do is show up. Just keep showing up and showing up. And eventually somebody will be like, well, I'll keep going to these meetings. I'm gonna go see what these all about. But you go one time, it's hard for people to copy you on the second time. And then the second time, you don't even know what you're doing. So it's really the third time that you ought to see traction. For some people, it takes 6. But hardly ever do I see it happen on 1. It just don't happen like that. I remember sitting in these events with Jane Albright and Coliseums and just crying, thinking, if these guys are telling the truth, I'm just going to keep going to the meetings and get rich. And they were, and I did. And then I see other people doing it, like Mike and Noel and Diane Lampy. It's just crazy how it works. These events are massive. So, it's so weird because people go like, it seems like you're selling the event. I go, I am selling it. You know how thank you. You know how I sold you on getting your insurance license? Then you started making more money per hour, per event than you ever made in your life. You remember when we got you the guy leads? You remember when I told you to read this book? You remember when you were crying and you was thinking about some bad things and we got you to read this book? You remember all that stuff? Well, we're not making this up about this one. This is the truth. Okay, so I did have some notes here. One says, Burlington's not a big city, but it's where big dynasties are going to be built.
That's right. That's right.
You don't need motivation, you need proximity. The winners are going to be there. All right, so you know this. Don't stop using every leverage technique you can to get people to conventions. The premium, the volume, the residual will follow. Facts? Okay. So we start educating early. Got to start now, and it's not negotiable. Now, let's say, for those of you that are brand new, you're going to be talking to people over the next 90 days. And you have people that, how many of y'all, brand new people, had people you thought were coming with you, but for whatever valid, I don't know if you can say valid excuse. I guess you could say valid reason, but it just sounds too nice. I want to go with valid excuse. So you text them, and you either say, you didn't miss anything, this was stupid, can't wait to get to your next one, and you see how stupid these things are. That's called sarcasm. It does work. Or you say, this was insane, brother. I can't have you missing another one. If I have to knock you out, drug you, or take you dead, you're going to be at the next one. But you can't stop on this person. You got to go to the next person and the next person and the next person. That's why Relentless 52, you don't meet 2 a week, 3 a week, 10 a week's just active. 25 in a week, you go 3 weeks in a row, 25 contacts. Somebody's going to ask you, is there an event coming up in your life? You know how I know? Because they were in Amway, they were in Mary Kay, they were in World Ventures, they were Equinox, they were in Excel, they were in any one of these things that they know you're this excited and you got money and you focus, you must be part of a movement, and they want to know when the next meeting is so they sign up and go with or without you. That's if you're doing 25 a week. You're finding ones that are available, ready, willing, available, RWA, or FACT, faithful, available, and something teachable. You either look for RWA people or FAT people. Okay? So this event, if all of y'all doubled, if just the new people just doubled. So if you're here with one, if you come with two, see the math? If you're here with your spouse, then you want to come with four. You see the math? If you're here with just you and your spouse, and you bring 4 people with you plus you, that's 6. Can you imagine what will happen to your organizations and your organizations? It's something crazy and magical about coming to events that I don't have to explain to you, and I can't possibly explain it to you, except for I know it works. And you just have to make a decision. You remember my talk last time? A couple of decisions. Here's the decision. And the faster you make the decision, the more money you make. Like if it's a no-brainer, move on it. Because if you don't, you've got to keep it in your compartment you have to keep it in your head to remember it. But once you make the decision, you can think about something else. Once you've made that dollar, you can make about the next dollar. Once you've changed this life, you can move to another life. But when you're hanging on, maybe y'all haven't seen it, and I don't know if our preacher will do it this time, but I like it when the preachers do the baggage. They carry the baggage. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about. They get the baggage and they say, drop the baggage and let Jesus carry the load. And then you're just freer to walk because you don't have all this load behind you. It's the same thing with making decisions that you know you need to make, but you ain't made them. You just hold to them. Just let Jesus and your credit card hold them. Woo! I've seen people make a little money and pay their bills not come to our events. Now, every other inspirational marketing thing I've been involved with, you didn't pay your bills if you didn't come to the event. You with me? Here, you can do that. That is a curse and a blessing. Because when you get 36 people, let me ask you this: 36 people come to that Amway meeting. What was your highest income person in your downline making? About how much?
About $130
per.
That was like the top earner was other than me.
$130 a month.
Yeah.
They were making $130 a month.
No, they were spending way more than that.
They were grossing $130 a month.
Yeah.
The top person out of his 36 was making $130 a month. Right? I mean, we're saying this right.
Right. Yeah.
This don't make no sense, does it? It don't make sense that you can get people to come to something like that.
Right.
And then you got a guy making $47,000 who can't afford to come to the event. Does that make sense? So it's a curse and a blessing. Because they go like, I'm making 47, it's more $1,000 more money I've made in my life. First of all, let's review the quality of person we're recruiting. No offense to the low income earners. You're in a temporary tax program. What? I can't hear you from that tax bracket. So what happens is, if you want to go on this trajectory, you come to the events. If your team wants to go on this trajectory, you come to the events. You get, the most I ever had was 200 come to an Amway event, which got me about $100,000 income. My top income earner was bringing in a whopping $1,100 a month. He was spending approximately $2,300 a month. Is the numbers fairly accurate, Mr. Cash? Very accurate. They were the ones spending about $2,300 a month and grossing about $1,100 a month. And he was my leader. Fitz was number 2. He was one of the 200. He was one making about $130 a month. Now he's a multimillionaire. You saw where they traveled. Hey guys, look. I'm just trying to tell you the truth. It's up to you whether you accept it and believe it. Ain't lied to you so far. They ain't lied to you so far. Get your ass to the next event, and let's make this Stage for Success event the craziest event ever. And the most multi-millionaires were born at this event. Go get you some. We love you. Sign up. The time clock is ticking. Do it quick, and you won't regret it. Love you.